Hi everybody, my name is Taylor Green. I'm one of the audiologists here at Audiology Associates. Just myself today. Rhys is still on annual leave at the moment. But you can see we've got, you can see there's a foreign object. This is not wax. Now, this particular patient does also watch the channel, so if you are watching, you're going to know exactly that it's you, so hello if you're watching. Yeah, these are silicone plugs. Now these are basically a product that you can buy, which you mold yourself to, people use them for blocking their ears up when they're in the shower, people use them for swimming, people use them for sleeping. This particular patient uses them for sleeping. Now obviously we managed to get these in a little bit too far and the patient was unable to get them back out. So the both ears, now we've got exactly the same in both ears in this case, but they were done at separate times. Now this particular ear was the more recent of the two. So this particular ear was sort of blocked up, I believe it was about 2 weeks ago. The other side actually was in there a lot longer, and you'll see the difference in a second. I think it was about a month and a half, I think, actually, with the other ear. You're probably asking the question as well, why has that patient left it so long to come in? He's actually been in hospital and had a pretty major operation, so he's been in hospital for a little while and has been unable to come into us. So we've got the standard size Zollner tube here. Now I'm trying my luck with suction just to see if we can get this to shift, but I've managed to slide it forwards a little bit, but it's not really going anywhere. So we've got the trusty Rosen inserter in here. Now you can see what's happening already. This silicone is not a solid plug, so this Rosen inserter is just actually it's shearing little strips through this. And you can see it there, look, we're just kind of breaking through this. And as we lose our grip, it's actually sitting back in place. I'm just gently trying to just ease it. I'm popping the tip of the Rosen inserter into the plug, just hoping I can get it in deep enough for me to actually just slightly bring this out. I just want to bring it forwards or create a gap so that I can get maybe another tool just behind it. Again, I'm trying my luck here with a Jobson horn, but I don't think we get very far with this one. You can see it all just breaking little bits away. I believe one of the nurse practitioners actually tried to remove this themselves and had very similar issues here. I think they only used some form of forceps or like a tweezer to try and remove it. But this was what was happening. It was just little bits breaking away and they couldn't get a good grip. So we've started to roll it forward slightly. I'm just waiting for that really good grip where it's going to... Oh. You can see I've actually rolled this almost completely upside down here. I don't want to risk pushing this in further. So I'm just trying to get that good grip. Just flicking off the end every time. I'd like to thank you again, guys, to everyone that has donated for the charity that I was doing the half marathon for. It's I've seen all your messages, and it's it's really, really kind of you to donate. So thank you very much. At the time this video goes out, I would have already run the race about 2 weeks ago. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. So you can see we managed to pop that out eventually, and I'm just removing it there with suction because I couldn't get the grip. And you can see these plugs have just pushed a load of wax deep inside. Now the end of this particular ear, there's going to be little tiny spots left here and there. I just wanted to get the patient hearing better and then get the patient to use a little bit of olive oil occasionally just to release some of these last little tiny bits that are there. But we've got the standard size Zollner tube still. And you can see the humidity actually causing some moisture on the suction tube there. It's not coming out as we would like it to. I was really hoping that this was going to come out in one big plug, but that's not going to be the case here. Now very gently, I'm just probing the suction tube on the front of this wax, again, just to try and to see if it comes away in one go, because sometimes we get lucky. Now we get a suction grip, and then a lot of the time, if it's like if there's a harder core to the wax, then the whole plug usually pulls out. But you can see just how much dead skin is trapped behind this. There you go, we've got quite a big piece out there. And don't forget, guys, obviously, if you do like these wax removal videos, don't forget to like the video, share us around whichever platform you're watching on. And if you do have issues with your ears regarding their hearing, whether it's wax related or whether you're just unsure, a link to our website will be in the bio. Please click onto it, and it's got information on our clinics that you can book yourselves into. I've swapped to the fine end here now, just for more precision work, just to try and peel these bits of dead skin away. You can see just how tricky this is. I'm not actually getting a great grip here. Now this whole piece should start coming away now. We've got a relatively decent grip on the bottom of this. You can just see it's just pinged away, so it's literally all breaking up in little tiny bits. There we go. So my thought here now is try and roll it forwards. I want to see if there's I want to see if this last remaining piece is one whole section. So I'm just going to try and pull this down from the roof of the ear canal. It's really frustrating these when we're not really getting a grip, and you can kind of, you can't hear it on the videos, but when you know, you can hear the suction kind of almost stop where you've got a little grip, and then you try to move it and it's in place. It's kind of fixed in position so much that you just kind of lose the suction grip. There we go, this top part is starting to move, but I can't really see the bottom section moving at all, so this is going to break away again. Forgot to mention at the start, guys, it's quite a long video, this one. I think it's about 15 minutes altogether. So I didn't pre-warn you to make yourself a cup of tea or a coffee. Here we go. Right, we're getting some luck now. You can start to see just behind that plug, you can start to see that there is some movement there now. Here we go. Oh, it's just breaking little bits away. I would have advised this particular patient to come and see us on a regular basis, because there's obviously an issue with wax and skin building up in the ear as well. Now, due to the patient not being able to sleep properly without plugs in the ears, that's one of the reasons why I've suggested some regular follow-ups. So this should, it's not the last piece, but the next one should be the last bit coming away. There we go, tidy up the entrance. Oh, come on. It's so frustrating. Now, obviously, with the plugs in the ears, the patient wouldn't have been able to use any olive oil in the ear, because those plugs would have just stopped it from going in there. So that was the last bit coming away. There you go. So this is the after, this is the before. So looking much better afterwards. There are still little bits of like dry skin, as I said, guys, but we're going to leave that as it is. We've been at that for quite a while now, and the patient's hearing so much better. Now you can see the difference in this particular ear. Now there is a silicone plug here as well, but you can see where this has been there for quite a while, we've got this very, very dry, almost hard wax and skin and, you know, fibers of cotton wool in here as well. So we've got a bit of everything, and I kind of thought, oh, this is going to take us a little while to take out, but we're going to have to revert to manual tools. We've got no other option in this case. Suction's not getting any grip whatsoever here. So we're getting the rosin inserter back out. You can see the humidity steaming up the camera. This is got a lot of warmth and moisture building up in here as well. Now, very similar thought process to the other ear. So I'm just trying to nip the rosin inserter just in that gap at the top of this plug. And if I can turn it into the plug, I'm going to just gently try and pull. And sometimes in this case, I'll do a bit of a rocking motion just to try and loosen and release some of this like dry skin and wax that's possibly holding this plug in place. We popped a little bit of olive oil in here, just for that particular reason, as we just said. So as you know, if it starts sliding, we should be able to remove this a lot easier. It's just breaking through again. Similar issues to the other side. Right, we've got a little bit more of a gap, but we have moved it there. I'm trying to look over the top of this plug. There you go. You can see there is movement. I'm not sure if you could pick that up yourself, but as we put a little bit of pressure there, you could actually see the whole plug just move slightly. So this is starting to move already. Here we go. We've managed to get a slightly deeper grip here now. Now my worry is exactly just what has happened, because we'd already tore away that little section at the top. I had a funny feeling that if I'd gone in deeper, I would have just made that bigger, made it a deeper trench. Right, it's starting to move. I'm swapping tools just to try and get into that gap. Obviously the Jobson horn is not as sharp and sort of thin as the rosin inserter, so we may actually get a better grip here. Oh, I've just broken it apart. Now I would have been checking with the patient at this point, just constantly checking to make sure that you know, he's feeling okay. This particular ear has been experiencing a little bit of discomfort, and I'm not surprised why. Obviously this plug's been in there for quite a while, so it's caused some pressure to build up on the ear canal, especially with the wax being produced as well. There we go. Swap back to the rosin inserter to try and go a little bit deeper again. Very, very gently. Very, very slow here. I want to try and keep this in one piece if I can. You can kind of see the oil, like the sheen of the oil, as we're very slowly pulling on this. You can see it just kind of shimmering a little bit, which is a good thing, because that is obviously meaning that, you know, this plug is actually doing something. Here we go. We're getting some movement. Oh no. You can kind of see that little bit of emotion I was on about earlier, that kind of a very slight sort of forwards and backs. Here we go. Look at this starting to come away. Patient already feeling relief as soon as we've got it to this position. So we've released that pressure. Now the Jobson horn should do a good job here, because we've managed to roll this forwards. Here we go. We're going to get a big piece of this out. Is this going to pull that deeper section forwards? Yes, there we go. Look at the size, and that is no wonder this particular patient has been having some difficulties with discomfort in there. Goodness me. And there's a lot of wax. You can see this like kind of plaster to this plug as well. There you go. Instant relief for this one. Now again, this particular ear, you'll see in a second why there may have also been added pressure and added discomfort. There was actually a really dry skin plug, skin and wax plug that was blocked behind here as well. So this wouldn't have been comfortable by itself, let alone having that plug wedged in there. You can see the shape of it where that silicone plug was pressed right up against it. So much better. There's understandably a lot of irritation in the ear. I don't think this is an infection. I just think this is purely where the ear hasn't been able to breathe properly for such a long time. But I have, just to be on the safe side, would have mentioned to the particular patient to just get it checked out by the GP. And there we go. What's that? We've got 5 3/4 centimeters. Oh, was it just 2 1/4 inches? Well, that's it from me, guys. I shall see you on the next video. Thank you for watching.